Hi, Dr. Gary here on the road. We are dental practice brokers nationwide. I'm a dentist for 25 years, and we've had our dental practice brokerage now for 13 years. So today's topic is senior dentist, about 84 years old, been practicing 48 years, is having trouble letting go, and is questioning whether they want to sell. We'll talk about that today. So we've been doing the dental practice brokerage now for 13 years. I was a dentist for 25. And we're involved in 28 states now. So we have a pretty good footprint there. We have 2 CPA accountants that work for us. And we have a whole other team and 5 acquisition people. So we're here to service you if you're a buyer or a seller. Now, we're available for you every day except Christmas and Easter. We work from essentially 8 a.m. East Coast time till 9 p.m. So you can always get us. We get very involved in every deal. Now, and we'll get into this, what we're talking about today. The information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or business advice. Everything you hear is our opinion. If you're thinking about selling to a DSO, please call us because we work with them all the time. They pay our commission often. There will be no commission to you often. And sometimes we can get your legal fees all reimbursed upon successful closing. So we'll take care of you. And if you need evaluation, appraisal, call us. We're always at your fingertips. We can help you. So anyway, let's get into what the dilemma he thinks he's in, this doctor. So doctor's 84, practicing 48 years, is having trouble letting go. That's the theme of today's talk. I understand where he's coming from. I practiced for 25 years, but I got out early. My hands bothered me a bit. So I got out early. But I did, in those 25 years, I had 3 offices. You do become close to the patients. And some of them can't believe, no matter what age you are, that you're going to retire. Some of them do become your friends. So it is hard letting go, agreed. But on the corollary, on the opposite side, it is such a burden on your family if something happens to you. It's such a burden. It's not like you can just call somebody up, okay, sell my practice, or like an automobile that you could just turn into the dealer or have somebody pick it up. It's so far different than that. So different. So what you've got to do is understand that the burden it's going to put on your family if something does happen, it's not worth it to hold on. I know what it's like. If you're a single doctor, maybe you're don't have a spouse or something, and you don't know what you're going to do with your time, I can assure you there'll be plenty of activity. You could continue to work if you wanted to by starting your own little business. You could do a consulting business. There's so many things you could do once you're free from the office. But you won't know it until you're freed from that office. You've got to get out of that office, and that's when you'll understand. All right. Also, you'll spend time with your family, etc. There's groups that you could donate your time and just mentor younger people. There's so many things to do. And also the buyer may want you to stay on a little bit. Depending on the gross of the practice, maybe there's room for an extra doctor. If not, there's always an alternative. But the burden you'll put on your family if something happens to you with a disability, it's very hard. I've been there so many times with doctors that have gotten sick at the last minute, and it's chaos. Nobody knows what to do. You just don't know. And you want to prevent that. But you'll be fine. There are activities. As I say, there's opportunities will open up to you that weren't open in the past. If something happens to you, if you're of that age, something happens to you, the price of the practice is going to plummet. It's going to drop right down. And do you really want to give that money away? Wouldn't you want your grandchildren or your children to have that money? Don't do that, And then you can always do a slower fee, and it's not going to sell right away. Because what happens after, it's going to take 6 to 9 months, depending on the practice and so forth. But do you know what happens to doctors that are selling? After 6 months, they start getting a little edgy. What's going on? How much longer is this going to take? So it's not going to sell overnight. So you don't want to sell now. Well, you've got to add 6 to 9 months, maybe a year, onto that time that you don't want to sell right now, because it's going to take that long to sell maybe. So, get in the process. Then you could always have a delayed closing, working something out if a new buyer comes and you're not ready for it. But when the buyer comes, that buyer's ready to buy, you got to sell it. And then work out a delayed closing if it's really, you're still so nervous about it. But opportunities are great. It is a seller's market now, and it is a hot market for sellers. You just want to move on, unload and move on. Those are the words. That's your guide from here. And don't ever worry. I mean, we can help you in a post-closing atmosphere to give you some ideas what to do. There's quite a bit to do. Don't underestimate your abilities, and you may want to pick up your own little business on the side. I don't know what. You won't know what those opportunities are until you get involved with them. Until you open up your mind, until you're free to do whatever you wanted to do, until you're free to go out and look, you won't know what you want to do. You've got to get out there. Now, if you're getting to be that age and you're still not ready, you can at least start researching what can you do when you get out. What business can you have? Because you may want to still be self-employed. What business can you have that you could run remotely? You don't need an office. You need very few employees. Consulting is one of them. Brokerage is another one. But you don't need a lot of employees. You could do it sort of at will. There's a lot of flexibility you could have. And you may actually enjoy that free time. You're afraid you don't know what you want to do, but I'm telling you, just catching up in your life will take a little bit. And you visit your friends, you spend time with the family, and you're still getting bored, you start that second business, or you get into this volunteering, mentoring people. There's a lot to do, far more than you thought of, and you won't be bored. That I can assure you. And you start getting in better health, take care of your health, spend more time getting in shape. There's a lot you could do. You could live to at 84, you could live to 100, So at the same time, you may meet, a new romantic relationship. You never know. And travel a little bit. It could be a lot of fun. So don't underestimate dentistry. Yes, I enjoyed it for a while. But at the same time, I was tired at the end of 25 years. I can imagine at the end of 48 years how old you are. It's hard. Dentistry wears you down. So maybe you do need a break and you don't realize it. So now's the time. I stopped at age 49. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed stopping. The kids were still home. I kind of enjoyed it. And I like the action anyway now. I like being busy. But I didn't really enjoy, going to work every single day. I missed that part of it. I missed the patience. I don't miss that part of going to work every day. Excuse me. But either way, I had a great time doing what I'm doing now, and you can do the same. So you can always call us, but we're here to help. It's going to work out great. Let go. Let go of that practice. Thank you.